Hello everyone, Danny here today to talk to you about Jim Collins' audiobook, How the Mighty Fall, narrated by Jim Collins himself. In this video, I am going to talk about the content and the purpose of the book. I'm going to cover the job that Jim Collins does in narrating his own book. As with all my videos, I will also let you know if I came across any content in the book that I believe parents should be made aware of in case they want to listen to it around their children. But before I get started, if, like me, you love audiobooks and you're looking for a good, reliable source to help you pick your audiobooks, subscribe, turn on notifications. Down in the comments, let me know of any books that you would like me to cover for you. And if there's anything in particular that you're curious about the book, I'll review it. I'll post a review. You can take it from there. Now, to this book. This is the third Jim Collins book that I have listened to. And this one is quite different than the first two books, in the sense that the first two books deal with either what makes a company an enduring great company or what keeps a company an enduring great company. This one's different though. This one is about how an enduring great company can go from being an enduring great company to dead. And it has truck driver math. It has 5 different stages that it covers. And they point out that any company can recover from the first 4 stages. There's no coming back from the 5th stage. So obviously it's broken into 7 chapters. It's got the introduction, it's got each of the 5 chapters, and then it's got the summary at the end of the book. With each of the chapters, stage 1, it explains what stage 1 is. And then, as with their other books, they compare and they contrast. Here's a company that hit stage 1 and died. Here's a company who endured and recovered or managed to avoid stage 1 altogether. They will go through and give you warning signs. These are things to look for to see if your company is in stage 1, stage 2. And they say it doesn't have to follow. You don't go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. You might go from 1 to 3. You might hit 3, manage to recover back to 2, and you can bounce around within those 5. They make that very clear. But they'll give you warning signs. Is this an indication that your company is in one of those stages? And then they give you steps. If you find yourself in these stages, these are the things to do to recover. And they give examples of companies that were in that stage and use those steps to recover. With some of the chapters, they'll tell you, hey, if you're in stage 4, and you want to make stage 4 even worse, this is what you do. Do this, don't do that, and you'll make it worse. Do this, don't do that, and you'll make it worse. And they give examples of companies and leaders who did that. At the end of the book, they've got the conclusion and the summary where they wrap it all together along with an appendix. At the end of the book, there's a bit about Fannie Mae, because when the book was ready to be released in 1998, Fannie Mae was in the news, but Fannie Mae was not included in the book, and he wanted to address that in the audiobook and his reasons why. In the beginning, in the introduction, he addresses what caused them to take this direction with this book. Why, when all of the other books were about, what makes a company great, why all of a sudden focus on how does a company go from great to terrible? And something important that he brings out in the summary, just because these companies, and they include companies in this book that were in their other books, they include companies that were in the book Good to Great. Well, as he says in the beginning, the fact that that company that was in Good to Great has now died does not nullify the value of good to great. And I'll give the example he gives in the book. If I do a study of healthy people and how to get healthy, and I come up and I say, hey, eat the right foods, exercise, get a good night's sleep, don't smoke, do all these things to lead a healthy, productive life, and I quote the examples of these athletes, well, then the athlete, for whatever reason, decides to start doing crack cocaine and kills himself, doesn't invalidate the fact that the original study was good. If anything, it enforces and strengthens that. See, here's someone who was healthy, and then they quit following the path to greatness, and now they're dead. So he addresses that in the very beginning. He mentions about the whole Fannie Mae thing and how he's not going to address that in the, throughout the book, but he will cover that in the appendix. Jim Collins narrates it. He narrates all of his books, and that's awesome because he is an amazing narrator. He has a passion and an excitement about the research and the subject matter that he's researching that comes out in his voice. It's easy to listen to his voice and to his books. His passion and excitement comes out. His total belief in what he's doing comes out in his voice. He's not the slightest bit monotone or boring. He does an amazing job narrating his books. They talk at the end of the book about the study that they're currently on and the book that they're going to be coming out with based upon that study. And I hope and pray that Jim Collins narrates that book as well. There's nothing at all in these books that parents need to worry about around their children. No language, no off-color jokes, no anything like that. There's not in any of the Jim Collins books that I've listened to so far, so I would have been shocked if there was, but I always cover that in all of my videos. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you like my channel, subscribe, turn on notifications. Any questions, comments, feedbacks, anything like that, it's what the comment section is for. I will get back to you. But most importantly, no matter what else you do today, make sure that today you listen to at least one really good book. And I definitely recommend Jim Collins' How the Mighty Fall. Thank you.